You may have heard that Chanel had another round of the price increase, and we already know that the increase had already happened in the US and the UK, and the reports are saying that it mainly hits the classic line. For example, the classic flaps, the Reissue 2.55, the Chanel boy bags, the Chanel 19, Chanel 22, and the Chanel 25. And I heard that the increase is around 3%. But here's the thing, I don't think all countries are affected yet. At least when I last checked in Australia, the increase hasn't happened yet. I don't know about any other countries in Asia, but if you guys do live in those countries and if you have any information, please feel free to tell us in the comments. So if you're already planning to buy from the boutique, these are the 5 bags I would consider buying right now before the price increase hits globally. And I have a disclaimer for you before I go through the list. This video is definitely not to create panic. This is just me sharing how I would buy strategically if a price increase is coming. And of course, you can always find a better deal in the pre-loved market, depending on the condition. But if you are thinking of buying in-store because you enjoy the brand new bag and also enjoy the in-store experience, these are the bags that make sense for me right now before the price increase. And if you ask me, I'll say forget about the classic flaps like the small, medium or large classic flaps because the pricing are just ridiculous right now. I just can't imagine paying, for example, 18k Australian dollar for a medium classic flaps or around 11k USD. And honestly, I don't think people right now are rushing to the store like they used to score classic flaps before the price increase. Those days are long gone. If I'm buying from boutique today, my first pick would be the Chanel 25. And in fact, my first 2 picks are Chanel 25, but in 2 different sizes, the mini and the small. Having owned the Chanel 25 bag myself, I can tell you that the Chanel 25 really deserves the hype, regardless it is a mini size or the small size. You see the shape of the bag, the relaxed look, and how easy it is for this bag to grab and go. They are just such good everyday bag. Recently, I just took this Chanel 25 mini with me to a trip and I absolutely love this bag. You know how people say that you'll find out whether the bag works for you or not when you travel with it? Because when you're traveling, you probably only bring one bag with you and you have to use it every day with every outfit and in every single situation. This Chanel mini passed the test. Maybe you will ask, why did I choose to take the mini and not the small? The answer is actually quite simple. I just simply didn't want to carry more. I don't know about you, but I'm that type of person, if I have a bigger bag, I feel obliged to fill the bag, and sometimes I would just toss everything in and ended up having a really heavy bag. And when I was traveling, I just don't want to have extra weight on my shoulder. That's why I choose to take the mini, just to be nice to my shoulder. If you guys interested and want a full comparison of the mini and the small size, I've already done a video previously comparing these 2 sizes. I will link it up here for you. In that video, I'll show you what fits the mod shorts and my thoughts on these 2 sizes if you are debating which size to get. But in short, if you are normally a mini bag girl, or if you're petite, definitely go for this mini size. This mini size still fits a really good amount of items, but just note that the pockets here will not fit your phone. But if you are someone who carries a little bit more for everyday use, or if you carry your Kindle or your books with you, go for the small size. The third one on my list is the slim Vanity with chain. I have just unboxed this bag on my channel in my last video, and I show you what fits in this bag, and if you want to know, you can go check out the video after this. Guys, this bag is so hot right now, and you know when something is trending, Chanel will definitely increase the price. because this is just how they increase their profit margin. Chanel has made so many versions of this bag, which I'll put up on the screen. So the pricing varies depending on the version. And I found a screenshot of a version of this bag in my phone when they were launching in 2025 cruise. And at that time, that version was selling for 3,300 USD. A year later, 26 cruise, the same version of the bag is selling for 3,750. So if you do the math, that's about 13% of increase in 12 months. 13% of the increase is huge. I mean, my salary definitely do not increase by 13% in 12 months. After owning this bag myself, now I get why people love this bag. First of all, the pricing of this bag is similar to a wallet on chain, but it fits more than a wallet on chain. It has a top handle and the chain is detachable. Comparing to a walk, yes, I get that the walk has more bells and whistles. It has more compartments, more pockets, more card slots. And this one doesn't have the Mona Lisa pocket like the walk, and the walk feels more similar to a classic flap than this one. But again, like, you know, who use that million card slot these days, and who actually using the Mona Lisa pocket at the back? People care more about the usability these days, and I think this one just works. Therefore, I think this is a good buy before the price increase. The fourth bag that I would get from the store right now is this Chanel Kelly. Do you guys remember there was a time when this bag was impossible to get unless you are like a VIP in the store, or if you are paying premium to get from the reseller? That time has passed too. The hype has definitely cooled down, but I still think this is a very beautiful bag and it's a good piece to have in your collection. But be careful with this one. If you're getting the Chanel Kelly from the store, please avoid the overly trendy versions. You know, the super fluffy one and the exaggerated style, and the one with the frills on the handle and at the side of the bag. Those ones, not only they are more expensive, but I think they will get dated very quickly. So if you're getting one, please get the classic leather version. This season they come out with the chevron version, and I've seen that in black in store. And when you see that in person, that bag looks so luxurious, especially the leather. It's so puffy and buttery soft. It's not like those delicate lambskin that will scratch really easily. And for the price wise, this is still sitting at the lower end of the Chanel bag pricing these days. If I'm not wrong, it is still cheaper than a Chanel Classic Mini or the Mini 22 or the Mini 31 bag. And personally, I think if this bag goes up a couple $100 more, suddenly it is not very attractive anymore to get from the store. So timing wise, this still makes sense. Alright, the last one. Guess which bag that I will get right now from the boutique before the price increase? It is the Chanel Preppy Coco. I don't even have that bag here to show you, and if you know me, you know that I don't even like the bag. And you may ask me, so why are you including the bag in your list? All because of Jenny. She's been seen carrying the bag, everyone loves it, and Chanel is pushing the bag. And you know, when Chanel is pushing a bag this hard, you know that they are trying to make this the next it bag. Will it last long term? I honestly don't know. I can't predict. People might get tired of it in the next 12 months. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, while Chanel is marketing this bag so heavily, the demand will stay strong. And that's usually when the price increase will happen. Especially after 1 to 2 seasons the bag debut, they usually come out with a new price tag. If you like the style, you have the budget, and you always want something current from the boutique, go get it now. I think it's worth getting it before the price goes up. So that's it. That is my list. You can totally disagree with me. That is okay. I'm just sharing you my approach buying Chanel right now from the store. And now I'm curious, if you were to buy just one bag from the store before the price increase, which bag would that be? share with me in the comment. I will chat with you there. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!